Comes from Susan Coleman, who is a homemaker. The question is, do you believe that New Hanover County schools are utilizing the Magnet Schools Assistance Program to the fullest extent possible?
Mr. Thompson, excuse me.
No, I do not believe that we're using the magnet school concept. The concept there was to be able to bring children together. Magnet schools were to support diversity. What we've done is create magnet schools that are now 94, 95% minority students. What we need to do is aggressively look at what the real magnet school model is, and that is we must market those schools. These are excellent schools. Freedom and Snipes are exciting places to learn. But because of the kind of disservice the board has done in this whole idea of redistricting, that they put a pallor over the opportunity for us as a community to come together and rally around unique learning experiences, like going to a school that has science and engineering or one that features arts. So we need to market that more fully. I think we have not exploited it the way we should, and I think the magnet school concept could work, but it's not working here yet.
Ms. Kavanaugh.
We do need to market it better. We have attempted to market it, but obviously we haven't done a very good job, or we would have a more diverse population going to those schools. That was one of the major topics we discussed with our superintendent candidates, that we wanted to see improvement in our magnet schools. We wanted to see a more diverse population in our magnet schools, and I look forward to the superintendent addressing that.
Mr. Hayes.
I would agree that I think more can be done as far as the advertising of the magnet schools that has been suggested to staff at central office. But we must also remember, bottom line, it is parent choice. The schools that I think that has suffered, but mainly because of would be Snipes, for example, with the demolition of the old school and then the construction of a new school. And then that school being housed over at Johnson did cause some problems and has caused some problems, which I think will be overcome. But I think through better advertising, which Dr. Markley has some experience with, I think the magnet schools can be successful. But the bottom line, it is parent choice. There are good programs there, but I think they will grow.
Mr. Hickey.
Yeah, I would agree that the magnet school concept is currently being rolled out has fallen flat. And part of it is that there's not many grade school children who are really excited about engineering. My little girl doesn't know what engineering is, and that's my fault, I guess. What I would say is we need to make schools of excellence and open parent choice so that parents can decide to send their kids to these schools. As an example, Snipes is a beautiful new building. Let's make Snipes the best school with the best principal and the best teachers. And let's have everyone from around the community clamoring to go to Snipes. And let's open it up to parent choice, and let parents ask to have their kids brought in from around the district. That's the answer for diversity.
Mr. Higgins.
My response to that actually gets back to the whole neighborhood school concept. And that is the fact that although we develop magnet schools to try to get diversity, the fact is that parents who live around those schools are choosing to send their kids to those schools. They are not districted there. They're going there by choice, and parental choice is important. I will acknowledge that when we created the magnet schools, I supported and have supported the idea of the magnet schools. I had suggested that at the time they were being created several years ago that we have a foreign language school as one of our magnet schools. Whether or not that would have created more diversity, I don't know. But I think we have to be open and look at the programs, if they're being successful, if they're not being successful, and be willing to address those and make changes if we need to.
Ms. Hughley? Okay. Well, I think the fact that magnet schools have not worked shows that they were not well planned. More needed to be done to make them work. I think magnet schools can be a help, but I think the even bigger picture is we need to make every school a desirable school. I talk to people who live near some of the high poverty schools. They are people who can send their children to private schools if they want to. They want to go to the public schools, but the way things are set up, they just can't. if the free and reduced lunch rate is 95%, some of the parents around those schools just say, I just can't. I've got to send my child to a private school. So I think magnet schools are great, but that's not the answer. Every school needs to be desirable and supported by people in the community.
Mr. Ray.
The question is our magnet school concept working? The answer to that is an unequivocal no, because we only have one magnet school in the county. Freeman and Snipes are not magnet schools. Mr. Higgins said the kids go there because of choice. They are districts to those schools. Both Snipes and Freeman have attendance zones. They are restricted. There are only 100 kids are admitted outside of district to go to those schools. So let's get set the record straight on this now. Those are not magnet schools. Those are essentially neighborhood schools. And let's not put anything on. The purpose of a magnet school is to reduce racial isolation. Those two schools increased racial isolation. As Ms. Hughley said, they were not well planned. You don't make a magnet school by putting a sign out front that says magnet. Until we get out and do the due diligence and make sure that they are done the right way, they'll never succeed.
It's time. Mr. Stein.
Just to back up what Mr. Rhodes was saying about the fact that they are not magnet schools, Snipes has 29 white children and 422 black children. So that has not been successful as a magnet school in getting kids to increase diversity. But a true magnet school, I think, can increase diversity. I think it's one of the things that we can focus on. And how do you do that? You then have to have the programs there that will work. You have to have the teachers there who can make those programs. For example, at Snipes, they need to have teachers who are really into the arts, who really understand how that affects the learning pattern of children. How that through art, kids can learn other things as well. If you have teachers who are trained in that way, then Snipes would be a very exciting school, and there would be much more attraction and people would be coming there.